We are live on all three platforms. Welcome on, everyone. We are obviously, I'm going to wait a few seconds and we'll go from there. Instagram. Are we even connected to Wi Fi? Yes, we are. We're out in the car today. Okay, we've got people joining. Welcome. Welcome on board. I don't know if this is sad or not, but this live that I do daily, I do one of these every single day. It's actually becoming one of the things that I'm excited for during the day. And to be honest, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing sad about that. That's actually a good thing. It's a good thing to be excited about stuff. And yeah, we will crack into it. So I'm going to talk a bit about my theory on, of course, am I an expert in anything? No. Am I an expert in making the world a better place? Most definitely not. But I'm going to talk about what I found for me has really improved me myself. Because again, you're not going to have control over the world, but you're always going to have control over yourself. So I'm going to talk about what I have found has helped me as an individual that will in turn help you as an individual. And yeah, like just hopefully we all learn something across through the process. Like I always learn things in these lives, like through people ask me questions as well. And we're going to do a Q&A. Eamon, welcome. How are you? Hope you are good. Welcome on board, everyone. So yes, what I'm actually going to speak on is sadism, the concept of sadism. And if you don't know what sadism is, it is basically, to really sum it up, it is the enjoyment of other people's suffering. And in a way, we are all slightly sadistic. It is just natural. It is part of our nature that we have a desire whenever we're suffering, whenever we feel bad, for someone else to take on that. No, not satanism or satanism, like with a D, SADIISM, not Satan, whatever you call it, because Satan, however you pronounce it, that's actually to do with Satan. This isn't to do with Satan. This is actually sadism. You're really fucking me up, fucking me off, friend. You're putting me off. But basically, the enjoyment of other people's suffering, we all have it to an extent, and this comes out in a lot of different ways. So it can come out with bullying. We all know the fucking playground bully in school, the person that goes around and they put their suffering upon others, and you'll find that bullies, they're getting bullied in some other way, whether that's from their parents, whether that's they're not happy with themselves, whether there's a bigger bully that's taking them on. This can actually also happen in relationships where one individual will be very, very negative to the other individual. They'll only tell them shit things that are going on in their life. They will never lift them up, and they'll only want to drag them down. Because in a way, if you see someone else doing well, sometimes that can just remind you that you're not doing as good. And if you see someone else not doing as good, automatically you can be like, okay, well, at least I'm not as bad as XYZ. And this can happen in any relationship, not just like a relationship with a partner. This can be in a friendship. This can be with like your family too, where you see someone else do well and you don't want to see them do well. And Ryan O'Neill, thank you for coming on, Ryan. You're a fucking legend. But yeah, it happens, and even it can happen with personalities online, and it can happen with celebrities. It can happen with people rising up, and we all love to see someone rise up. And like you'll see with other people, they get a lot of support whenever they're growing, say they're growing or falling, they're growing their business. But sometimes people get to a certain level, and then once they get to that level, people actually don't want to see them do well anymore. Some people can actually do too well where they get to the point where it's like, whoa, this person's actually like really killing it, really smashing it. And we all love to see a hero rise. Like that's a great story, but a far more entertaining and fascinating story is a villain falling. Far more satisfying story is seeing a villain fall. So it can happen there as well. And what happens when we are sadistic? It spreads. We pass the parcel. You can be sadistic to your own kids. You can be sadistic to your friends. And whenever someone else takes on suffering that you have, they can then pass it on to someone else, and they will then automatically pass it on to someone else. It never stops. And it's that concept of an eye for an eye. Oh, they wronged me, so I'm going to wrong them. They did bad on me, so I'm going to do bad on them. Oh, they hate me, so I'm going to hate them back. Why? There's no point. I don't hate anyone. I don't say this from like a point of, oh, I'm the best person in the world. Selfishly, I don't hate anyone because it takes so much energy to be sadistic. It takes so much energy to hate. It is so soul draining. And like I get people on this live that come on, and some people come on and they actually like question what I do in a good way, in a way where they're actually just confused, or some criticism can be very, very good, but sometimes I get people on this live that just pure come on and just pure start slobbering and trying to slag me off, whether that's with how I look, how I speak, tell me I'm trying to be X, Y, Z. And again, this is soul draining activity. It really, really can just ruin your energy. So what we want to actually go for, and what I found has really helped me and has given me so much energy, is altruism. Be an altruist. And what does an altruist do? They help others with no expectation of getting anything back at all. And that is the single energy filling thing that I've ever done. When you help someone else, when you lift someone else up, when you give someone else advice and it obviously works, it's not shit advice, you feel so good. It cleanses your soul. Whereas when you hate, when you try to bring others down, even if you, for some reason, you disagree with them and you don't like them as a person, or you just don't get along with them, there's going to be people that you just don't get along with. We all have free will. We're naturally not going to get along with everyone. That's okay. But if you hate them, that's then pulling you down. That's then going to drag you down, and then that's then going to stop you. It's so low level. It is so soul destroying. It is so energy draining. And you will find when you're good to other people, when you help other people, reciprocity comes into place and people naturally want to help you back. Not everyone will, and you should never expect just because you do good things for good things to come back to you, because expectation will always lead to disappointment. So don't expect anything, but naturally, if you keep doing good things and you keep doing good things over and over and help every single person in your path, you will find that people will naturally give back, that people will naturally want, if you serve other people, they will naturally want to serve you back. They will naturally want to help you, unless they're just a dickhead, and that's fine as well. Uh, so yeah, and like the most successful people I've met all help other people. It's almost so confusing because you would think if someone wants to do really, really well, they can't lift others up. If someone wants to do well, there's only going to be like limited supply, limited resources, limited supplies. Only one person can get first prize. But it's actually the opposite. It's the people that help the people the most that always do the best. And it's the people that hate the most and let their emotions, let anger control them, that are they're just so unhappy and they're just nowhere near where they want to be. Hate gets you absolutely nowhere. And I'm not a perfect person. I've hated in the past. I've been jealous before. I've felt envy, and envy naturally isn't a bad thing. A lot of the time, envy can be a reminder of what you want to do, of the direction you want to go in your life. If you're feeling lost, that's not good. No one wants to feel lost. It's natural. But when you feel envy too, envy can actually be a hint of why you're feeling lost. Why are you feeling envious of someone else? That could just be a reminder of, okay, this person is extremely confident. I want to grow my confidence. This person is in really good shape. I want to be in good shape. This person sticks up for what they believe in. They're very, very nice to their families. They've got a great relationship. That's what I want. Envy can naturally actually just show you what direction you want to go. Use it as a map, use it as a compass to where you're going. So yeah, that's really what I wanted to talk about, just to not be sadistic, because naturally we will want to be sadistic, and to instead be an altruist, to instead help as many people as you can with no expectation. Um that's what I feel is really good. And like the reason I do these lives is because yes, me, number one, selfishly I enjoy it. We're all selfish to a degree, but also I understand that people sit in these lives, they ask me questions, and it can help people out as well. And I've had people reach out and how these lives have helped them, because I do them every single day. So there's a consistency of that. So yeah, that's why I do these. And yes, like going on these lives can also be very scary. They can make you very vulnerable, because anyone can come on here and just start chatting shit and start, calling me different names. Like we've got La Villa calling me a narcissist. or maybe you're not to call me a narcissist, and I'm taking that the wrong way, or you're just talking about people having narcissistic tendencies. But maybe correct me if I'm wrong. Are you calling me a narcissist, or are you talking about narcissism as a concept? Ugh, fuck. There goes my voice. Let me know. Are you talking about it as a concept, or are you saying I'm a narcissist? But like, it just goes to show anyone can come on and judge me, chastise me by doing these. But also anyone can come on and ask me a question. I can help them out with their day. So I'm gonna keep doing these because I also enjoy them as well. Like it's almost a training ground for me becoming better at public speaking, because that's one of the things I want to do this year. Get a lot better at public speaking. I've got an event coming up January 10th. We'll be speaking in front of 100 people. It's going to help me with that. It's going to allow me to help other people. As I said, by being an altruist, by helping other people, naturally it comes back. Naturally, other people want to help you out. So yeah, we've got Eamon saying on Instagram, I think what you're saying comes back to comparison, and that's where social media has become sadistic because someone's passion or success suddenly becomes a duty of our own. That's my perspective. So yeah, let me know. I don't know if you're still on Eamon, but let me know what you mean by that. But yeah, comparison on social media, it's it's not a good thing. I think envy by itself isn't a bad thing because it shows you where you want to go. But social media can really ramp that up where you go on social media, all it is people's highlight reels. All it is the best moments of their life. If someone's had an argument with their mom or their dad, or if someone's fucking fell out with their partner over something stupid, they're not going to go onto social media and talk about it most of the time. If someone feels like an idiot, if someone's done something wrong, if someone's embarrassed themselves in any way, they're not going to come on to social media and talk about that. If most of the time when we're feeling a bit lonely or lost or upset about ourselves or sad, we don't come on the social media and say it. And I say this as someone who creates social media, and I try to still, I try my best to be as authentic as I can. But naturally, social media, you control what goes on there. You control what can be taken off there. You control what you put on. So it's never going to show the full picture. Even this live, like, this is probably the most, this is the most like natural you can get in terms of being online, because I'm live, I'm talking, anyone can come on and say whatever they want, whether it's good or bad. Something could go wrong during this live, and I could also say the wrong thing, and then it shows who I am truly as a person. I can't just read off a script or read off a transcript through this full live. But understand, to take it back to the point, you are not going to understand someone's life by being on social media. So if you're feeling envious of a person, of what they have, of that person, naturally, like, it's not just that person's life that you want, because the truth is you don't see what is bad about their life. You don't see what's going wrong. You only see what's going right. And that's where social media has really ruined our brains. Like, even take a look at my story. What's on my story today? It's me wearing nice clothes. Then it's me at the city centre of Dublin doing rejections, showing the highlights of the rejection, the entertaining parts and the fun parts of the rejection. Um, and then it's me, like, with my granny having a good time, showing her the video. It's all a bit of crack, but I didn't show I didn't show anything else. I didn't show if I felt upset today, if I felt sad today, if I felt lost today, if I questioned myself today. That wasn't shown. So when you're on social media, please take everything with a pinch of salt. And even when people do open up about being upset or not being happy with themselves, they're still not showing everything. So don't beat yourself up just because you're on social media and you see people winning. My laptop's on 2%, so YouTube is actually gonna go off here in a wee second. But we've got TikTok, Instagram. By the way, we're live. Oh shit, we're live on 3 platforms right now. So we've got Instagram, meet TikTok, YouTube, meet TikTok, meet Instagram. But yeah, just before we shoot off, I am going to go through the comments and go through any questions that we have. We've got Laura on Instagram saying, I think we need more positivity like yours in this country. Again, everything I do, if everyone just did everything that I did, like, the world would naturally just be a great place. I'm not the best human in the world. I'm not the best person in the world. I'm not the most knowledgeable person in the world. But yeah, like, I try my best. I try my best to be as open, be as vulnerable, be as honest on social media as I can, and help the people that come in my lives, the people that follow me, my clients, and just be honest as well that, like, I'm not gonna come on here and lie. Like social media, making videos, anyone online, they're doing it to also help themselves. I do social media because it helps my business, helps my lifestyle, it helps me. And I'm not gonna come on and lie and pretend that it doesn't, because it does. And yeah, like as I said, law of reciprocity, you do good things for other people. I try my best to make the best content that's gonna help as many people as possible, and then naturally it helps me. And that's just being honest. Like I could come on here and say, I'm only doing this because I'm just I want to be a philanthropist. It's just my passion to give back. And yes, part of it is it feels great to help someone else and to give back, but also it helps you too. So that's me being completely honest. And sometimes it can be very frowned upon someone online that makes money from their content. When at the end of the day, aren't we all doing things that are making money? If you go into a coffee shop and the barista treats you nice and gives you your coffee, no one complains and says, "Oh, that barista is only doing it for the money." They're a barista. Same with people online. People that are online, a lot of them are in it to make money. But I think there's levels to it. Then there's some people that take it too far, where they're just like, it's all money, and they leave their morals and their values behind. They leave authenticity behind, and they lie, and they just become an absolute dickhead, basically. Eamon said you summed it up in a few seconds after you read my comment. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thanks for staying on the live the full way. We're going to answer questions in TikTok in a second. We've got Trina, guilty of this also, but I do share my story through socials. Exactly. Like, try your best. Like, I try my best to show the good and the bad on social media, but naturally, I'm not going to be able to show. We're always going to show the good because that's the highlight reel. Like, again, as I said, look at my stories. It's the good parts of today. But I also try my best to put the things that aren't so good. You know what I mean? Right, let's go through TikTok. Hopefully, there's no war zone going on. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there's just some good crack on TikTok. Someone said, "No way, go to